Today's video is to go through some tips to do chemistry and physics MCQ. So first, usually you should try to identify the topics of each question so that you can narrow down your scope for that particular question. And second, the questions in the MCQ are usually numbered according to the content page. So this will give you a good idea of what the question is about based on which topic. And thirdly, when reading the question, you should always try to underline the keywords and values, especially those critical numbers. And because when you can catch the keyword, you can usually catch the answer quite fast. And especially when doing physics MCQ, if the units are not in SI units, so it's like for length, if it's not in meter, it's in cm or kilometer, you should try to take note of it, okay? You should try to underline the units so that later on when you try to use them in a formula, you can remember to change them to SI unit, okay? Next, always ensure that you read all 4 options before selecting the best choice. Okay, because some students will just look at option A and then they think option A is the answer, then without reading option B, C, and D. So you shouldn't do that. It's very risky. Okay, you never know, you make a mistake and the correct answer actually is either C or D. Is hiding at the back. Okay, and for the pace, a lot of students actually ask me this. So the ideal pace is about 1 question for 1 minute. So your paper 1 is 1 hour, 60 minutes, 40 questions. So don't forget, you need to reserve some time for checking as well. So roughly about 1 question, 1 minute, roughly. Okay, so from experience, usually students will get the average range is 28 to 32. So if you want to secure A1, ideally you should try to get at least 35 and above. Okay, most students about 28 to 32, this range. And don't forget, usually paper 1 is a good paper for you to pull up your score for your paper 2 and paper 3, your structured question and your practical. Okay, so MCQ is a pretty easy paper to score, and it accounts for 30% of your overall score in O levels. Okay, so from here you can tell MCQ, okay, is paper 1 is 30%, paper 2 is your structured questions, so it's 50%, and paper 3 is your practical, which is 20%, so add up is 100%. Okay, that's all. Like, share, subscribe. Bye.